On June 3rd, Ukrainian defense forces successfully targeted a Russian S-300 missile system within Russian territory using Western-supplied weapons, following recent approval from Western allies for Ukraine to use such weapons in deeper Russian territories. This incident is part of a broader pattern, with Ukraine also recently striking 2 Russian radar installations, facilities integral to Russia's ballistic nuclear early warning system, sparking concern. On June 1st, US President Joe Biden announced that Ukraine now has permission to conduct limited strikes against Russian forces, both within and beyond Ukrainian borders. This policy shift marks a significant change from Biden's previous stance against using American weapons for strikes inside Russia. In support of this move, countries including the UK, Sweden, Finland, the Baltic states, the Netherlands, Poland, the Czech Republic and Canada have all expressed approval for Ukraine using their supplied weapons to target Russia. President Volodymyr Zelensky praised Biden's decision, although some critics argued that the Western coalition had been slow to permit this change in weapon use. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken cited the increased Russian attacks on Kharkiv as a key reason for the policy adjustment. The recent Russian advances near Kharkiv, which included pushing Ukrainian forces back up to 9 kilometers from the border and seizing control of strategic hills near Liptsy, underscored the need for Ukraine to defend itself from cross-border assaults. The decision by NATO and Western allies to allow Ukraine to use their weapons for strikes inside Russia has predictably provoked a strong reaction from Moscow. Russian authorities accuse the US and European nations of escalating tensions deliberately. The approved strikes are specifically aimed at Russian forces poised to attack just over the border. Moscow perceives any discord within the Western coalition supporting Ukraine as an opportunity. The ongoing debates over the use of long-range weapons systems highlight these internal disagreements. Russian state media has even suggested conducting a demonstrative nuclear strike near NATO territories to exploit these fissures. The Kremlin's aggressive rhetoric serves political purposes, aiming to deter Western military aid to Ukraine. Despite NATO's firm stance, some member states, such as Slovakia, Hungary and Germany, are reluctant to provoke Russia further. For instance, Germany has yet to supply Ukraine with Taurus missiles, whereas the UK and France have already provided Storm Shadow and Scalp cruise missiles, respectively. In addition to deterrence, Russia aims to fracture Western solidarity by exacerbating domestic debates over the perceived failures in handling the conflict. Ukraine, meanwhile, continues to push military and political boundaries, including expelling Russian forces from occupied areas and conducting drone strikes on deep Russian targets such as airfields, military bases, ports, and oil depots. Washington seeks to support Ukraine while avoiding the appearance of direct aggression against Russia, a narrative the Kremlin frequently pushes. Western nations worry about the potential escalation to tactical nuclear weapon use by Russia, which could severely impact European security. Russia's extensive nuclear arsenal and explicit warnings to Western powers about the risks of intervention have heightened these concerns, especially as Ukraine faces setbacks against a revitalized Russian military. In response, Russia might seek military technical support from China to enhance its long-range strike capabilities against Ukraine. However, Russia now seems confident, as Kyiv's recent strikes on its soil did not exert significant pressure on it.